It is fairly early, well, 20 to 9, half 8, 20 to 9. And it's that little gap between Christmas and New Year. There's not a lot's going on. And it's been very mild. So I'm going for a walk. It's been dropped off in Cleobury Mortimer. And today I'm going to attempt to walk, the Simon Evans Way. We head over to those twin oaks, as they're called, and effectively the route goes from here and follows the River Rea, and its sort of origin is Simon Evans was a postman, and he was gassed in the First World War as a young soldier, and obviously had breathing difficulties, so they sent him to Cleobury Mortimer and gave him a post round. So he was out in the fresh air, and it was good for his lungs, I suppose. And he had his walking round from Cleobury out and around all the farms from Orton and Stotterston, and I think he did that every other day, all the way out there and all the way back, delivered the post to the farms, and he became a famous poet. He wrote poetry about what he could see in the Shropshire hills and the views and wildlife around the river and all that, and that became he became sort of famous for it, and Cleobury's partly famous due to him. So that's it. So we'll be sort of tracking the River Rea. We cross it a few times, and the route for now goes from here in Cleobury. We're going to go to Cleanly Seat Farm in a second, and then we're going to walk and take in some of the Jack Mitten Way, which is a bridle way, and we sort of use the same path up to Musbatch, and then we go to Keeper's Cottage, and then down towards the Rea to Reeside. This is Musbatch Farm, so we're going to follow this track through the farm and out and on up, and then we'll come out to join the road that comes to Neen Savage Ford. So we'll be coming back along that hedge line, because that is like a bridle way track over there. So we're coming up this side of the Rea and we're coming back down t'other. Okay, that's that first section of track done. It's a bit muddy this time of year especially, and there is a little footpath that goes down close to the river and then comes out by the ford, so you can sort of cut out some of the muddy bit. But we join the road. That way goes down to the ford, which we'll see later, and then we're going up, I guess, in the direction of Little Stepple Farm. Okay, so we're still on a Jack Mitten Way. The two are combined at the moment, but this is, if you're going to do this, this might be your first error, as I've done before. The Simon Evans Way, this is Keeper's Cottage. So the Jack Mitten Way is the obvious track that carries on straight ahead. You just follow your nose. If you're not paying attention, you might just carry on with that. But the Simon Evans Way turns right just after this house and goes down that field and then follows the river, across a few hedges, a few little bridges things. So you might end up, and it actually rejoins the Jack Mitten Way a bit further on. So you could just crack on, but we're going to try and do it properly. So look out for this little right turn. And the Simon Evans Way, if you weren't awake, goes through there, and we head down to the river, and we walk alongside the river boundary. And now we are walking alongside the River Rea. So follow the river along here, and then we cut through up to, I think it's Reeside House. We know the people that live there, so they might say hello if they're about. And then we rejoin the track and go towards Detton. Here's the house, Reeside. The footpath, strangely, used to cut through their garden. I see they've put a decent gate through and you skirt round. Basically, you follow this field line, you put it all the way up, and you see where that lovely new fence is. That is back on the route to Detton. Another little bit to watch out for when you get here. The footpath changes sides, so we have the hedge on our right, and you swap into this field and have the hedge now on your left. Otherwise, you'll end up at the other end, the wrong side to get out of. Okay, there's a mountain block there. Back on the Jack Mitten Way now, so we actually look Simon Evans Way and Jack Mitten Way, and this goes on to Prescott. Actually follow the same route. So this is Titford Bridge. So we're crossing the River Rea for, I think, the first of many times today. And we go on up there and we cross the old railway line, which I will show you in a minute. Here we are. This would have been the railway line, a Ditton Priors Cleobury Mortimer light railway. Right, there's Clee Hill, just peeking out over those few trees, so we'll see that a lot of that later. Just joining the road up to Detton now, and later on we'll be coming back down that road, but instead of going through that gate, we'll be going down there and walking the other side of the river. We're on this old Roman road now. This is a bridleway, and it goes up and over that hedge line over there and comes out at a place called Prescott. Right, just come from that track there. This is on the road. This is Prescott. We go along here, and then you can see a little tram line going diagonally through the field, and that's our official path. Look at that, sun's come out now. And this is what they call Ginny's Hole. I don't know who Ginny is, but she's famous. And this is also known as Stourport Riding, not Stourport, Stotterston Riding Centre. Not Stourport. Anyway, we go down here into the forest and then head up to that farm there, I believe. Just a little tricky bit here. There's a little signpost here, look. It's not that obvious because we're in the middle of this riding centre. But if you carry on up that track there, you'll join the road to Stotterston Village, and there's a pub there. Avail yourself of a fine bit of lunch. But we're going to crack on here, and we're going to Hardwick. There we go. Oh, I couldn't find this in the summer because this was all grown. And what you don't realise is you've got to cross this one, which seems like the wrong field. And then just round the corner is that bridge. Okay. Okay, it's going up on Hardwick Farm. Don't know if they still got it, but they do used to have a couple of farm dogs. And if you got your dog, you know, it's hard work. As I used to remember with old Max. Oh shit, this is a bit wet. And what isn't obvious is you sort of want to feel like you want to go through the farm and up the drive and back onto the road, which is where we're heading. But you do have to just nip up there a little bit, and there's a stile, and then you go from that stile over to the gate behind the other side of those barns, and that's how you access the drive. Okay, so you sort of feel like you want to go through this gate. If you don't look up there a little bit, you won't know it's there. Okay, so we've just left Hardwick Farm and all that. Well, so they do accommodation here, and we're just joining the road, and Stotterston is up there, so we sort of bypassed Stotterston village, unless you need the pub. It's just a big loop out your way really, and so now we head towards Hinton Bridge, I think is the next sort of landmark. So, right, just to consult the map there, because I've got the old Simon Evans Way booklet, and they've updated it actually. They've changed it in 2016, which I only learnt the other day. And there was another loop that went up towards the sort of Burwarton estate, round a farm, and then came back down the old railway, because that was, I think, the furthermost farm that old Simon Evans had to visit. But I see they've updated the route and done a really nice new sort of map and guidebook thing, and they've taken that loop out because it was a bit sort of pointless. Oh, you can see the little plaque on that telegraph pole. So we just basically go along here now to Hinton Bridge, which is where he had that little shed. So some of the pictures, there's a little tiny little 4-foot square shed, and it's become a bit of a painting, I think, and the Clee Hills are in the background. And apparently that's where they'd have dropped off his post, or he just a little shelter for him or something. So it's a bit of an iconic picture of the Simon Evans. I think it's on one of his books, and that's where that'll be. And that's the sort of further north that we'll go, and then we'll start to head back down now. This is how I do my brew kit, for those that are interested. Keep it all in one little box. I'll just show it on top of the box. That'll do. Cheers. Okay, another little junction is the River Rea again, so crossing it again, and what you'll see is the map or the route will take you down here, and there's a bridleway down there, but experience tells me that is really muddy, and it'll be really muddy this time of year. So a little alternative is just to go on past that. You can see a couple of steps poking out of the hedge there, and there's a footpath that just goes across the field up into that bit of woodland, and you sort of skirt around the muddy bit. It might be alright, but I'm not going to risk it, because last time I went there it was like a swamp. So we'll go this way. I have been here before many moons ago. I think it was quite hard to find your route through it. It's not very well trodden. So, right, I think roughly, so I'll keep a sort of rough bearing through that way. Just pick your way through. Here it is. Right, and we're straight across, and we join the road at Winterdyne. Right, that's Hardwick Forge there. So now we turn here down towards Orton, down towards the Farlow Brook. Apparently we're going to cross that with as a ford. Again, you can deviate here if you want to, and you can go down there, and that'll cross the old railway line, cross the river again, and you go back up, and it comes out at Prescott, where I pointed to a bit earlier. So I guess if you've got no post over here, then you can head straight back that way. But we're going to crack on, and we're going to go up into Orton. Okay, there's a little ford at Farlow Brook. Just use the little bridge. Going well. Oh, we're coming through. All right, mate. Woohoo! Okay, and now we pull off the road and we go pretty much diagonally straight up to that corner. Oh, a little bit of a pull up there. What a day. Look at that, sunshine out. There's a bit of a strange looking fungi on there, isn't it? Right, this is the old quarry workings. I always get a bit lost coming off here. There you go, look. Okay, so another walk carries on there, down towards the Rea again. But Simon Evans Way goes on down here. Right, I'll need my poles for this, so I'll switch you off. So I'll pick your way down there, it's a bit steep, and you come out the bottom of this track. There's the sign. And then we go up now, up the track to Little Stocking, where we join the main Alton Road. There we are. You can go that way if you want to the pub, Quick Point, or this way, continue the route. Here we are, the Simon Evans Way goes down here, and a factory lane. I'm just going to make a little diversion to my house. Okay, that was a brief stop. Ladies are all off riding, so I'll just fill my water up and crack on. There they go. So we go down here and we rejoin the river. I have to say, it is a fantastic day. Sun's out fully now. Can't fault it. Bit of a view there. And we've done all that. We came across that track and over to there. We've been all over there this morning. And we're down to the river at the bottom and going that way. Oh, I forgot to do a bit of filming then, but yeah, we've come down that road. Here's the River Rea. You don't cross that bridge, that's their private bridge. You walk along the river a little bit and then you use this footbridge. So that links up to that bench that we didn't stop at. But we're going this way, as you can see. We follow the River Rea back up to Detton. Oh, that's a lovely part of the walk, isn't it? Got the river, there's the old railway line over there. So just follow the river round, and then we get to the last stile. There's a steep bit back up to the road. So there's the track that we came down earlier. About 5 minutes ago. Oh, heron. What beauty, isn't he? Get his breakfast. There you go. The stile's sort of in that corner there, and it's quite steep up to the top. I'm just going to take the easy option. I'm going to where that fence has come down and use the contours and go up diagonally. Well, I think that's the last of that view probably, as we start to go on the next section back towards Cleobury now. Right, down past Detton Hall is there, and we're going down to Goesland. Right, we came out of there earlier, you might recognise the gate. I went on up there, and now this is all new territory because I've never done the full Simon Evans Way before. Okay, we go through here and then up that bank. It's a bit complicated, it's up through their garden, but it is signed. So follow the markers. I think this is the route of the railway. Coming up here and on through there. Excuse me. We're going to go to that tree line, go along to that corner, and that's where we get out of this field. There we go, a new bridge, look. Here we go, there's the driveway, so we cross that and we work our way up there. This bit's a bit awkward if I'm honest, There is a path, but it's not easy to spot. It's a bit slippy. There is a little bridge here though. Right, so we follow this along till there's a footbridge and then we hike a left. That was fun. Might see my skid mark there. I've just been down on my arse. Right, I'm going a bit higher up, get out of these sheep tracks. So like bloody skating rinks. Right, and here's the footbridge. So we apparently then don't cross that because we came along there this morning. We go up here, up to Nethercott. There's the old railway line. It goes on up there. I'm going to have to do my project. And we go up into that corner, I think. Let's check which side of that barn we land. And then we're on the road then. Back down to the ford. Okay, I know where this is. We join the road now. And Stewie is there, so hopefully he'll have the kettle on. Okay. Just crossed the railway line again. Comes from there, in Cleobury direction. Put across the road and gone on through there to where we walked up that field, isn't it? And here's bushcraft Stew teaching his offspring to hunt. That's a little break there with the bushcraft boys. Oh, another Cleoburyite. Always duty bound when you come through Neen Savage. You go pop in and say hello to me mum. Somebody's put some lovely little flowers on there for her. I expect that's Anne Jones. Thank you very much, Anne. I imagine that other one's probably Lisa. I can't claim any of them. Right, there's the last look of the River Rea. And now we've got Ron Hill to slog up, and then we're back. So we've done Ron Hill, that wasn't so bad. So it's up to the social club now for a swift half and call it a completed event. Right, that's me done Simon Evans way. And the pub's not open. Gutted. I might go down the KA. Anyway, I'll phone for me lift, see what the situation is. I'll have a swift half. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. That's quite a, 21 kilometres. I don't know how many miles that is. I'll work it all out when I edit it, put it together. But yeah, that was the Simon Evans way. Highly recommend it. Time is 3 o'clock. So that's at 9, was it? 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 6 hours. So, okay, that'll do. Right, see you anon.